Hi. On my first night freshman year at Ohio State, I wanted to visit a friend across campus, so I hopped on a CODA bus. Not a cabs bus with its GPS-enabled app mapping all routes and stops, but a CODA. I didn't glance at a map once. Without fail, I ended up having to step off to hail a taxi when things stopped looking like a college campus. I was like this growing up, coasting on opportunity at times, lacking the awareness that was expected of me. But it wasn't who I was. While this arduous trek to commencement has not been short of mistakes and wrong turns, evidently we have not botched it for ourselves yet. And because I'm willing to be your best example of someone who has taken some wrong turns, the fact that this place can still believe in you and me is what I'm here to talk to you about today. For many of us coming from small towns, OSU taught us to think bigger, but its pinwheel of diverse campus life and social groups provided fertile soil for creating our own little boroughs of home too. Within these rich microcultures, we took tests of chemistry and finance, and we gave ones, assessing trust and how firm is thy friendship, really. We popped all personal bubbles and social boundaries here, not seeing it coming when we'd suddenly have to inflate them all back up. We learned to not take the people around us for granted, to have someone wake you up before you get shoulder tapped for napping at Thompson, or to just have someone lie with you in between the bookshelves of SEL to mourn a midterm you already know did not go well. If you were anything like me and my friends, you might as well have moved into the RPAC, where you could find a place to nap, eat, work out, and study. The place where you first chase something. The front end of a treadmill, a goal, a grade, a crush. Here we sat on the oval, where the stories of everyone you and I ever met are suspended in its roots, forever intertwined and aligned with the fate of every Buckeye to come that meets their best friend on orientation day. And if they're exactly like me, might even marry them. Because it was the first time I was taking a right turn, and I knew it with my whole heart. I hope while you were here that you explored a little too. Maybe a little too much, and maybe you were hard on yourself for that. Maybe there were singing moments in time when you had no idea who you were and no idea what you wouldn't fail at. I remember you, when you were scrambling to adjust, cramming to not flunk out, flipping the dice on social life, grades, physical health, and mental well-being. I remember you when you fought your parents, pushed away your friends. I remember you when you fought yourself, tried to have fun to forget yourself. In those darkest moments, you didn't know anything about who you were except that you were your own biggest enemy. But OSU never gave up on you. Your failures may have blinded you from your opportunities, but they were always here. It's because of OSU that you can be thankful you saw that one scholar, lab researcher, passionate TA, or athlete that reminded you that you have the ingredients for excellence here. Only here would you find a professor protesting for what matters on his day off, or see a star football player leaving his sport to go save lives that are struggling with mental health the way that he has. Release all grudges against yourself or anyone else when you leave here, because everything that happened was a necessary cog in the invention of who you are now when the picnic tables at Fred Beekman get folded away and the doors at the OUAB events close. Who you are after a losing game or a lost student org election. Who are you now when you don't get the grade you want? Who are you when you do? You found your voice here at USG or at 8th Floor Improv. Found your step at Buckeyes on Tap or Buckeye Bhangra? There will always be room for you at a pickup game at the basketball courts. A study room for you somewhere in a discreet library or old building that you think you were the first to discover. There will be that professor that reaches out and asks if you're okay. Ohio State is a place that doesn't give up on you, so that when you leave, it can forever stay in your heart that you do not give up on you. I hope you know that the campus has felt the thud of every one of your falls, but will still remember you for how you rise. The name The Ohio State University will follow you in your achievements. You made it. So you know that because of this campus, you beat your mistakes, healed your own hurt, and kept your honor. You learned here that even if you feel like a small fish in a big pond, your footprint makes tides ripple. So stay hungry for success, but stay parched for purpose, and you'll back firm beliefs with swift action. It's all you'll need to honor the Buckeye legacy in an enormous world. I wrote something to myself when I graduated from high school that I'll share with you today because I found that over time its significance has magnified. I hope you beam at your successes because you work so hard. I hope you beam at your failures because you worked so hard. Remember this as you let your scarlet and gray lessons echo out into the world, so that everywhere that there is a humbling, ground-shaking, cycle-breaking movement, there is a Buckeye. And never forget when you had somewhere to go, how far a cabs took you. Thank you.